Okay, Travis, gotcha here. All right, so I think the Rhapsody Roy looks pretty good. However, I would recommend placing the Rhapsody Roy somewhere at the top of the composition. Let me just show you how it's going to look. We got that layer selected, and if we go in here to Photoshop, grab our direct selection tool. I want to take that guy, bring him up there, and it looks so much better. And then I would get rid of that. What is that black background there? That you don't need that. That's really distracting. What I would do is I would just take the type and place it up in so it works with the background. Oh, sorry. Um, okay, somebody else's file just popped open. Sorry about that. Okay, back to yours. So as I was saying, it's better to try to incorporate the type in the composition instead of putting a box and placing it over the composition. So for that reason, I recommend removing the box. Let's take a look at the image itself. You're at 8 by 10 at 300. Good job there. I'm going to zoom in here so we can get a close look at some of what's going on. Okay, we got this is a problem right here. I mentioned this twice now, and this won't grade well. You see that background part of the saxophone right there and right there. Those have to be masked out right there and right there. Okay, and then we also see part of your guitar is masked where it shouldn't be because you're showing the background through there and also in the shadow. Okay, so please take care of those. The images are all very good quality. The background looks like it's pretty good quality, so that's good. One of the funniest things I've heard or seen or caught myself laughing out loud for a while was the Saxy legs. That's funny. That's so funny. Harmony mouth and snary eyes. I think this is funny. You really made me laugh with this. Thank you. At any rate, let's go back to Command 0 so we get that back to the full size. All of your masks are working. That's fantastic. So that's really, really cool. I mean, you haven't missed any of your masks. So that's fantastic. You've got, let me see, it looks like you've got a gradient overlay on your type. And that's fine. I think it's a really good, well, you know what? This is fine. But some students are using a clipping mask to clip an image, like the one with Flippin' Foods Fred, one of your classmates put Flippin' Foods Fred and clipped Coca-Cola, you know, the bubbly Coke through the glass, and that looked kind of cool. But this is just fine, just fine. Yeah, and then once you get rid of this, you'll extend the and please don't just stretch this image. It's if you're going to resize the image, you have to do so by constraining proportions. To do so in Photoshop, select the image, hold your Shift key down, and click drag one of the corners. Okay, and then just on a technical level, just a little bit, well, not even technical, a little more in terms of composition and the integrity of the composition as the viewer sees it and perceives it. The shadow is just too dark. The shadow is not working at all. It's really super distracting. The first thing I looked at when I opened the file, I was like, what is that? It's just so dark and it just doesn't work. So try to rework the shadow by selecting this whole thing, grouping it, then creating your shadow and free transforming it. Don't forget there's a tutorial for the shadow technique right in the classroom in that video, so be sure to look at that. The shadow's not working. I don't think the arms are working. I think the guitar arm is, but can we get him a hand? And can we get him another hand over here? And then these arms, you can't even see them. They're kind of just like a guitar floating over here because that's so tiny and thin. Maybe we get a fatter instrument in like an oboe or something like that. One of those fatter wind instruments, or even a neck of a guitar or something that can really thicken up that area because it's getting lost in the background. This guy, I'd give him pupils. I don't know, something. There's got to be a little musical instrument that's round. We can have this guy maybe looking over here with his two pupils. I know right now the labels kind of make it look like he's looking up, but not really. The mouth is getting lost. I would recommend replacing the mouth with something that's more visible because it's really interesting. When you get in there, it's really interesting, but it gets lost. It's just getting lost. It doesn't look like a mouth anymore. You know what I mean? All right, let's get Mr. Rhapsody Roy with his snary eyes and his the rest of his pieces parts, and looking really good. Good job technically. And the technical ends of things, you're really showing good layer mask, good layer structure, etc. So great job there. All right, any questions at all, please let me know. Thanks.